to Britain might also have made people all the more unwilling to pay. And what's the result? Of the 2,000 adults questioned last month by ComRes, 76% said the government should not pay for the trip because the Pope was a religious figure. Even more ominously for the organisers, 79% expressed apathy, saying they had no personal interest in the visit. The slow take-up of tickets to papal events by members of Catholic parishes suggests that even Roman Catholics are lukewarm about the prospect. They too have complained about the cost of tickets. However, the survey does suggest potential for the Pope to engage people with Catholic teaching. Robert Pigott, BBC News.
Demonstrations have been taking place in Paris and other French cities today in protest at the government's policy of deporting Roma people from the country. The French government is looking to ban organised begging in its next stage of the process of evicting thousands of Roma gypsies. President Sarkozy faces strong opposition to the proposals. Well, earlier I spoke to our correspondent Christian Fraser, who's been watching the rally in Paris.
Well, I think the organisers estimate that around 30,000 people would gather in the capital is probably about right today. I've just come from the Square République, where plenty of people have gathered today. All sorts of different groups, unions, anarchists, Africans who are here without the right work permits, and of course the Roma, who are now the target. You're right to say around 1,000 have been expelled so far. Perhaps as many as 2,000 will be expelled by the end of October. But this is a policy that's been going on for months, and now the European Commission is questioning the legality of what is going on here. It released an interim report this week saying that it's not convinced the French government are clearing camps and sending people home, repatriating people on a case-by-case basis.
So clearly some quite strong opposition to these proposals from the government, but also public opinion suggesting that more than half of the French people think this is quite a good plan.
Well, this is it. The protesters are very much in the minority as well. Around 65%, according to the latest poll in French newspapers, support what the president is doing. It's about the only thing they support him on because his approval ratings at the moment are very low, perhaps record lows, around 30%. But he knows that on this particular issue, law and order, on which he was elected, he's very strong. And his opponents would accuse him of using the Roma as the scapegoat to try and win back some crucial political support ahead of some very difficult decisions he has to take over the next month on things like pensions and, of course, the French government's austerity plan. And,
of course, his additional difficulty is that his opponents aren't all without his own party.
No, and they're also in his own cabinet. In fact, his own Prime Minister has voiced concerns this week that there is a link being made between crime and immigration. His Foreign Minister, Bernard Kouchner, who came across from the left, of course, to join the government, a huge record on helping people in humanitarian work in places like Kosovo, had said he thought about resigning but had decided to stay on because he wanted to make his voice heard within government. He thought that was important. I would say that decision might be taken away from him and the Prime Minister in the coming weeks because there's a cabinet reshuffle on the way and very much President Sarkozy looking to reassert his authority.
Christian Fraser reporting there from Paris. Now, in a few moments, we'll be joined by viewers on BBC One when Joanna Gosling will have all the latest news and sport. In the meantime, don't forget, if you're away from the TV and you want to keep up to date, you can watch BBC News live on the web. Go to bbc.co.uk/news and click on the link.
The BBC Proms, every Thursday and Friday night on BBC 4.
6 million taxpayers have had their bills wrongly calculated. The first letters have been sent out. Some will get a rebate, but others could have to pay back £1,400.
Those people that have to repay money are going to have to repay, in some cases, more than £100 a month. And this is a staggering number of people that we're talking about that are affected.
Anti-war protesters have thrown shoes and eggs at Tony Blair as he arrived in Dublin for his first book signing. And thousands of families are without water or electricity after a powerful earthquake hit New Zealand. Good afternoon. Nearly 6 million people will soon be told they've paid the wrong amount of income tax, with some facing a bill of up to £1,400, although others can expect a rebate. A new computer system has identified widespread underpayments by employers through the PAYE system, totalling about £2 billion. Our business correspondent Joe Lynham has this report.
Most of us dread even the sight of a HMRC envelope. Soon, millions of us will have even more reason to fear one. Revenue and Customs has changed its computer system and in doing so has found a few discrepancies, 5.7 million to be precise. The good news is that 4.3 million of us have paid too much tax through the PAYE system. They will receive an average rebate of £400. The bad news is that 1.4 million will have to pay more than they thought, a further £1,400 on average. But it won't be a big money spinner for the taxman. HMRC expects to receive £2 billion in total and repay £1.8 billion, a net gain of a modest £200 million.
At the moment, we have said that those who owe more than £2,000, those who are obviously in the most difficult position, we're reviewing exactly how we're going to do that. For those who owe less than that, we will be seeking to recover that over the course of the